Welcome back to Newbie for Hire and another motorboat tutorial. This one I call the Jack-in-the-Box. As you can see, it looks very unassuming from the outside. It's also got some storage underneath, some turrets for leads, but it serves one function, and that is to surprise the enemy. And that is inside the boat. We are loaded with turrets and windows or doors, whatever you prefer. I put windows. I think doors might actually give you a better field of view on your guns, but I think the windows are probably a little less suspicious. We've got to stand in a certain spot to get these open. We might get knocked around. And we have this set on two activators. We have the doors on one, as you can see, and they fire as they all open at once. And we have the ceiling on a separate one. That's because the ceilings for some reason open downwards, and as a result our guns are blocked on the front and the back. So we've got those on separate. I mean, you could have it open like this if you want, or you could pop the windows and manually pop the 4 hatch frames upwards instead of downwards, like that. And so this is what it looks like popped open. And I've got it set to wild so we can see the functionality of it. We'll go just kill some wild animals. As you can see, it has no problem killing all the dodos your heart desires, or sarcos like this one. So I mean, the idea here would be to sneak up on some unsuspecting players, pop your pin codes, and kill them and their dinos. Need to crouch to get out of there. When you're not using it, you probably want to hide it at a base, or so it doesn't get blown into easily, which it would because it's got no defenses on the outside. Or just leave it open if you're not online and hide it somewhere on the edge of the map. Hope that'll work. Anyway, let's get building. Alright, the materials list will be in the description. So on this one, we're not gonna grab the rudder. We're not gonna put it this way. We gotta put it this way because we're not doing 3 across. We're doing 2. You're gonna want to straighten it up this as best as you can. Alright, good enough for government work. And then we're going to do, set it back this way, we're going to do to the side, like that. And demolish this one. Another pillar there. Demolish this one. Another pillar here. I think that's the one we want. That is the one we want. We're going to put the foundation off of this left pillar. That way it's the edge of this foundation goes through the middle of the boat. Now that we got that one, we can demolish both of these. And build out that piece, and now we need one more pillar here to sink this like that. So we want that at the lower spot and this at the lower spot, just like that. Now we can demolish that pillar. Now we're going to take our thatch ceilings, we're going to go there, 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 there. Just like that. And then on the back, we're going to do the same thing, where we're going to make sure we're at the higher snap point, just like that. Not like that. Now we're going to put foundations under all of those. these. We're going to make sure they're at the higher snap point. And then we can demolish all these ceilings. And now we're going to do another ceiling off the back here next to the rudder and at the higher snap point. Alright, and that's so we can put foundations under these ones. And I think you're going to have to put a foundation under this one, but you could use a wood or stone or whatever in order to put one under this. And we're going to make sure that it's at the higher point, and then one more over here, make sure it's at the higher snap point. And then we can demolish all three of these. And this corner, both the ceiling and the foundation. So the base of our boat looks like this. It's just a cube, 4x4, and 2 off the back. And then it's very simple. We're just going to go a doorway here, a wall here and here, a doorway here, and a wall here. It doesn't matter if it's on the inside or the outside. I'm trying to get on the outside because our generator is going in here. And then a window here, here, and all the way around windows or doors, whatever you prefer. Doors would probably give your turrets, like I said before, a little better field of vision, so you might want to consider that when you're building it, in which case obviously you'd swap all the windows and window frames and windows with door frames and doors. In this case we're going with windows. I think they're a little less suspicious, but it's probably not going to matter. And then of course a doorway here, and we're going to pin code this with whatever pin code you want. A window here, so you're going to give it the same pin code. All these things have to have the same exact pin code. So on the demonstration boat I had set them all to 111. Probably not the best pin code to set them to, but that's what I did. So set them all to whatever you want, but just make sure they're all the same pin code. And we're just going to put windows in all those. Just like that. Off the back, we're going to do our ramp. Just like that, ramp just like that. And then doorway here too, I forgot. We want to put that one in there and then open it out like that so we can put the generator in. Then we're going to do a slope metal wall left there. Slope metal wall left there. And then a slope. Nope, not there. Slope metal wall right there. A regular wall over the top of that. Slope metal ceiling over our doorway. And slope ceiling over the generator room. We'll go ahead and put our generator in there. It's going to be, make sure it's not poking through the wall anywhere. Straight cable coming off of that. Our box. Now someone told me that you could not, I don't know if it was in a comment or what, but that you could not put C4 on a boat anymore regardless of structure limits, but I found that not to be the case. I mean, you can still not put it on if the structure limit is hit. As you can see, you can put it on if it's not at the structure limit. So I've built 2 iterations for this boat. I'm going to show you the one that's the structure limit and describe to you the one that's not the structure limit. I haven't tried it on an enemy boat, so it's still possible that you can't put it on an enemy boat, but I think that unlikely. Anyway, back to the build. So we've got the cable out, we put the box, we got the generator in the room. Now we want to put a ceiling over our cable and box. And we can still drive the boat. as you can see. We're still good for driving. Now we're going to put the keypad, you could put it in here, but then you wouldn't be able to drive the boat if you close the ceilings. So we're going to put it right here in between the two ceilings. And it might take a couple times because it kind of, as you can see, it wiggles back and forth. So you just kind of got to get lucky, not like that. Exactly like that. Alright, so I got lucky on the second try. It's not too bad. 50-50 shot. Now we're going to place giant metal hatch frames, 4 of them. Just one on each corner here. Alright, once you got those 4 placed, then we're going to go ahead and fill them up with the actual doors. Now you could try and make sure that they're all face the same direction. And that is based on the placement of the hatch frame, which is, you know, it's, as you can see, it's not that easy to get lucky necessarily. If they face all the same direction or not, it's not really going to matter. As, I mean, it's kind of an expensive piece to be repairing or to be demolishing and replacing, so I wouldn't worry about it if they replaced it wrong. I'd just leave it, especially since you're probably going to be opening them manually. It would make a difference if you open them downwards, as all it would do was make it so that you can't fire to the sides instead of the front. If they were, as you can see, this one, if it opens downward, it's going to be and then for these hatch frames, we're going to want to pin code them all the same pin code, but not the same pin code you use for the windows, because we don't want them to open with the windows for the same reasons as shown previously. I mean, you might want them to open together, you might not care, but I think it's better to have them separate, but you could have them the same. Now, before we do the inside of the boat, we forgot this wall. There's one wall right there. Okay, so that's the outside of the boat. Now, the underside of the boat, this is where the additional structures comes into play. And we're going to want to grab a pillar, and we're going to want to go from the middle here. So, the middle of the boat. And we're going to come quite a ways down. I think maybe one more before the ceiling will place. Perfect. We're under attack while building the other boat, so we're going to use the built one to kill this animal that's annoying us. There we go. Alright, so after here we're going to go, if we didn't care about the building limit, we would put another ceiling here and a single foundation there. We put turrets on that, set to wild to kill leads so they don't destroy our boat. But to hit the limit, we're gonna add a little storage bay under our boat, just like that. It's gonna be 3 ceilings. We can go ahead and destroy all this, and then place another foundation under that. And one under that, and then an actual ceiling there, and there. We're going to leave. Now we can destroy this and the thatch ceilings. And for here we're going to place doorway here, doorway, 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 and doorway. And storage is going to be in the form of these 3 smithies, and we're just going to put one right there, and one right there. And then we're going to go ceiling over that, ceiling over that, and ceiling over that. And then of course doorways in all these, or doors in all these doorways. For underneath, we are doing turret here, turret here, and the same on the opposite side. These are our anti-leads turrets. We'll put those on wild only because we don't want to draw attention to the boat. Depending on how you want to defend the boat when you're offline, you might want to switch it to players and tames or players only. And then inside the box, we're also going to put turrets. And those ones will be set to players and tames. And then one more in here. And the last one right there. So we got 3 in there, 4 outside. And then we'll set these doors to the same pin code as above so that when the windows pop open, the doors pop open. Same with this door. So you set all the doors and all the windows on one pin code except for this door to the generator room and these 4 hatch frames. Inside the boat, we're going to want to do a smithy in the middle because we always want some kind of storage. Alright, that's better. After that, it's almost all turrets. We're going to do one right here, just enough so we can squeeze right to the doorway. And we're going to do one right here. And you want to place them right up against the window, but not too close that they're poking through. We don't want anybody to see them. I think that one's pretty good. And then another one here. Another one there. One there. Just basically at every single window, and then like that at the corners. Also, I have tested whether the turrets poking through the open hatch frame will fire, and they will not. That's why we want them to open upward instead of downward. And then we'll do that one. See, that one's probably a little too far forward, but it's we want them as far forward as we can get them without them poking through. Like that's probably perfect. So I mean, I'd reset that one if I was actually building this boat for a PvP server. Oh, actually that one's too close. This one's probably better. I'll take a look actually. Alright, so this one was perfect. It's not poking through at all. So if you look at where the feet are on that, that's how you want them. Now we're just going to do a bunch more for good measure. We'll just go at the corners of our smithy. Remember, we don't want to place them at the seams of these things either, or they're not going to be well placed. And we'll do 2. Oh, I forgot about this pillar. We just demolished this pillar that we used to go downward. And we'll go ahead and stick a couple air conditionings right by our rudder. cold. Another one of those, just make sure we can squeeze past them. Now we need some beds, and we'll just probably just put them anywhere. We'll spread them out. 3 beds should be good. And then the rest of the structure's turrets, just finish it off with more turrets. I think we can do maybe one like that. That's it. Okay, perfect. So then you're going to want to set all your turrets. I would recommend setting them to high, setting them to no warning, and setting them to only survivors or tamed creatures. And the reason we want that is because we're surprise attacking, so we want to kill the tame and the survivor. It's possible you could put some of them to survivors only and some of them to tames and survivors. Either way, you set them to however you want to get the job you're trying to accomplish accomplished. And that is the whole of the boat. Very simple and relatively small, with some storage underneath to cap our structures. Is the Jack in the Box. And thanks for watching. If you liked it, hit subscribe, thumbs up, whatever. Sorry it took me so long to build this one. I've been a little preoccupied. I'll try to crank them out a little faster. I just got to come up with new designs. If you have any designs or ideas, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll take a look at them. I usually just do motorboats. I think they're a little funner, but I might do some regular rafts with some stone builds, you know, more beginner stuff as opposed to alpha stuff. Obviously, if you're building these kind of boats, you're probably an alpha. Otherwise, you wouldn't be wasting these kind of materials on a motorboat with, you know, 30 turrets on it that is likely just going to be destroyed. But, so I might do a few other builds. I plan on doing a utility boat in the future for mining, crafting, and whatnot, as opposed to a typical war boat, which is what I usually do. It will of course have protection on it, but it will mostly be a crafting boat. I think I'm trying to do boats that haven't necessarily been done, and I think One Wing covered most of the stone boats you can do, or the basic ideas. Feel free to post any questions or observations in the comments. I'll try to respond to them as best as I know how. Anyway, thanks again. We'll catch you next time.